Hi everybody, I'm Sylvie, and today I'm going to show you how to put together your mini picnic table kit. So here are two examples of them put together, and apparently this is a very popular thing in quarantine and COVID times, that you can use them for playing inside or putting outside and feeding squirrels. So this kit, my friend Leon helped me decorate this one, and they put some graffiti that says respect, I love my friends, no bedtime, treat others how you would like to be treated, trust me, I'm a unicorn, skateboard, and be nice to people. And then their parents' initials, G+D forever. So you can do whatever you want. I painted a crazy eyeball design on one. So your kit comes with things to make a picnic basket as well, a picnic box, and some plates and a bowl. So these you can play outside with them or inside and put like nuts and dried fruit for animals, or bird seed so that birds land on it, or you can just play inside. So I will put these aside. Let's see if they sit on each other. They do. Dun, 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 dun. And we'll see what is in your kit. So we have all these parts and pieces. So these are the parts for your picnic basket box. Here are the plates and bowls. I'll put these aside. These are all the long sticks for your picnic table. We have 2 pieces of sandpaper, this little picture that helps you put your legs together, and we have 4 of the vertical or diagonal pieces for the leg. These are this part, and then these cross pieces that have these. This is called a dado. It's a shallow groove that I do with a table saw. And then this piece with that 45-degree angles are the diagonal pieces for our picnic table. And then these 3 straight ones are the ones that we put that keep the top together. So, and then there are these nails. These nails are actually help us measure. They're a simple way of measuring, and I will show you how to do that when we get to that part. So first, what you want to do is we will work on our picnic box, because this will take a little bit of drying time. So this is taped together. If the tape has come off a little bit, just press it back on. This blue tape is masking tape, but it's a little less sticky. Why would anybody want tape that's less sticky, you might ask? Well, we want it to stick to hold it together, but not so sticky that it's really hard to get off. So this is all folded together. So you want to keep this tape on it. If the tape comes off, you just want to rearrange it like this. I have all the flat sides up, and these have a 45-degree on 3 sides, and then the bottom has the 45-degree on all sides. So what we want to do is take out your glue, and we'll use our glue spreader, and we're just going to put some glue in these grooves. So we want to put a little bit of glue in all of these, on all these sides. And you're going to want to work a little bit quickly, especially if your house is really warm and your glue will start to dry. So when we do this part, we won't stop for a snack or a nap. I'm going to put it on all these sides. Ba-doop, ba-doop. Sometimes it helps to stick your tongue out while you're gluing stuff. Okay, so now I have glue on all of these, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it right back up. Just like this, and then I'm going to press down. So I want these corners to meet, and this and the bottom to go in, just like this. And then I'm going to hold, this is the side where my parts meet, and this is the part where the bottom meets. So now I'm going to take these rubber bands and put them back on, and I'm going to loop them twice so that they're a little bit tighter than the way I sent it to you. So now I'm going to, there's some glue on the inside of this, and I'm going to take my wet paper towel and get it in these corners and clean it up just a little bit. Okay, so I will let this dry for a little bit, and then those of you who've done projects before probably know the drill, that there is some sanding. And so this top, what we want to do is just sand all of our long pieces, called breaking the edge, so it's just not so sharp. On this picnic table, I rounded these corners. That's usually how you'll see picnic tables, is that they have rounded corners. So we can take, whoop, that one broke. So you have 10 of these, 5 for the top and 4 for the benches. Clean up my glue that I got on the table. So handy to have a wet rag and a dry rag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my my sandpaper. The blue one is 120 grit and the yellow one is 180 grit. So this one's a little rougher. So what we want to do is you can sand this surface if you want, but the most important part is to get these edges. And you can just do a couple of swipes and it'll make a big difference. And I do this part just coming around like that. So I have one, and I can sand this surface. And once you're done with this sandpaper, if you want to go through and do it with this sandpaper and make it so smooth, or for the wider side of the board, you can wait till your piece is together and just sand the top of the table and the top of the bench if you would like. Look at that pile of sawdust. Okay. So, you can blow those off a little bit, and what we want to do is lay out 5 of them. And you'll want to look and see if there's a prettier side and a less pretty side, and put the prettier side down, because the underside of this will be the top of our table. Oh, this one had 11 in it. We might have sent you an extra one in case a piece doesn't work or you don't think it's pretty enough. So here's where these nails come in. So you have 8 nails, and they help us make this space in between the boards, right? And on a picnic table, we do have space in between the boards, sort of like on a deck, you do too, and that's because wood always expands and contracts across the grain. It doesn't do it from end to end where the end grain is. It doesn't get longer, but it expands and contracts like this. Sometimes it's a really small amount with different woods, and sometimes it's quite a lot. And so we leave this gap so that the wood can expand and contract freely, and they don't smash into each other and make your table buckle. So I have these. I'll use one of these to line it up, and then I'll just lightly press this together. And then we have the same gap in between each board without any measuring. And the other thing that these nails do is right at the end of the nail is where I'm going to put one of this is called a batten at the bottom underside of a table, B-A-T-T-O-N. And that it keeps the boards together, and it helps keep tables flat. I don't know why that was so hard to say. So we have one on either end at the end of those nails, and then one in the middle. You can measure if you want, you do not have to. So what we're gonna do is, now that this is set up, I'm just gonna blow it off. Wasn't that much dust on it. I'm gonna put some glue on this batten. So I'm just gently holding these together. I'll put this approximately at the end of those screws, and I'm gonna hold it down. It's gonna wiggle just a little bit, but I got it in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. And now I'm gonna do this other side. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I'll do the middle one. And you can just eyeball it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm just gonna wipe this off real gentle. So I'm holding my batten down. And in case you have a little bit of glue squeezing out, but it's on the underside of the table, it's okay. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just really gently, I'm gonna put this aside for a minute. Here, all those pieces. Get my table organized, I'm done with that. So we don't want to lift this up, we just want to slide it over. So next, we'll put our legs together. And this is the leg assembly. So this is what supports the top, and then our bench seats will go right here. So here are my 4 legs, my 2 bottom pieces, and my 2 top pieces. So I'm gonna quickly sand these the same way that we sanded all of the other parts. just the outside, just these sharp edges. Okay, so now I'll lightly blow these off. We want to blow off where we're going to glue, and we're going to put the glue right in the glue will go in these parts, in the dado. So I gave you all this drawing so that it's easier to put the legs together. So what we'll do is this top piece goes here, and some of them may be just a tiny bit different. This one goes right here, and then this shape, this is a trapezoid, where it's sort of a smushed rectangle, and these pieces are all the same, but we make them point like this, and then for each leg. So if you mix them, if you put them upside down, they can be turned around in a bunch of ways, but they're the same shape. And so I'll hold these right here, and I'll click that one in. Nice. Boop, boop. And if you want to use one of your long pieces to help with alignment, you can. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out, and I'll put some glue in here. Glue, 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 glue. Glue, glue, glue. Glue, glue, glue. Glue, glue, glue. And I'll put this back on my drawing. And so what I want is for this leg to be flush with what we're going to put our tabletop on. So flush meaning they're flat. They meet at the same level. I'm going to hold these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bloop. And again, I'm just going to slide that forward. And now I will do the other one. And I made these dados, these grooves, so it would be really easy to line these legs up for you. Oh, it slid. But I just want to make sure this one is lined up. And this is flush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'll gently slide that off of the drawing. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to gently turn this over and see if there's any glue I need to clean up. Just a tiny bit. And we want to be really gentle with this right now because it's just starting to glue up. Okay, so I'm going to let these just sit like that for a minute. We'll move these aside. We'll move everything down. Oh, I forgot to clean up a spot of glue. And you can still, you know, if you see that one of your legs isn't flush, you could just try and push it and move it. You have a little bit of time. Not a ton, but you can make them, you can move them around, make it work. So now what I want to do is you'll probably want to let this dry for a little bit longer than I did. And I'm going to take my rubber bands off. And I'm going to take this tape off. And I'm going to get my piece of sandpaper. For this part, I'm just going to rub it on the top. So what I want to do is I just want to flatten this, just because they're a little bit different levels. So now we'll sand. And the important thing to do is to sand this inside lip, just like the edge of the boards of the picnic table. When you reach into your picnic basket, you want it to be nice and smooth. So I'm going to round these edges. It's called knocking the edges down or off. And so I'm going to do that on this side, all of these edges, and I'll just round that corner just a little bit. Round that corner just a little bit. Round this corner just a little bit, and now the bottom side. And I can take my finer sandpaper and make it so smooth. Okay, so now I sanded this box. We want to blow it off a little bit. If you want, you don't have to use this leather part if you don't want to, but this is the top of the picnic basket. And so figure out how far you want this part to come over, and you can cut this shorter with scissors. You can change this shape. You can do whatever you want. So I want mine to sit about there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it like that and then put some glue right here. And it should be lined up the way I want it to be. But I'll blow it off. I'm going to spread some glue. I love glue. All the way out to the edges. If you get it on your hands, remember to use your paper towel. So now I should just be able to fold this way and press. I'll press from the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we just want to leave it. We want to leave it like this for a second to dry. This project has a lot of switching around so that we can let things dry a little bit. And so I'm going to go back to the tabletop. I'm going to lift this. Hopefully all my nails will come out. Put all my nails back in here. Save them for something else. Okay, so now we're ready to build up the rest of the picnic table. So what we're going to do is put glue right here, and then stick this like this. Bloop. And then the same thing right here. Bloop. So these are mirror images now. So they're the same. So I'll put a little bit of glue right here and just right here. And I'm only putting one line right here because this block isn't very tall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this, and you want to center it approximately. And I can look at these two spots, these two places, to see if I can see the same amount of the board, of the end boards. I need to scoot it a little bit that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, next. So I'm holding this and I'm sort of pushing both down and sideways just a little bit. I'm not like pushing, I'm just holding them together so that the glue surfaces meet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay. This might be the trickiest part, but I know you all can do it. We just glued this, so we need to be careful with it, but these supports go like this. And the reason they're here and on a big picnic table, a human-sized picnic table, is so that the legs don't rack. So we're making a triangle, which is a really strong shape. So this is called triangulation. We want a little triangulation so our table is strong, even if it's miniature. So I'm supporting this, and I'm very lightly pressing because I just glued my leg. I don't want to push it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I counted a little fast. Wipe that. I'm just going to gently wipe that. And now I will do this one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these pieces, you saw that those ends were angled. They're at a 45-degree angle, each of these ends. And this is 90 degrees. So it works because two 45-degree angles put together will make a 90-degree angle. That might be a little confusing. So I'm going to set this aside again for a minute and go back to this. So what I'm going to do, just to be careful, is to put this rubber band on here, just so this doesn't come off. And then I'm going to take my strap, and remember, you can shorten this if you want to, but that's probably good. On this one, I shortened it. So I'll take this off because I'll put it back on when, to help hold this on. So I'll put some glue. Got a goober in my glue. Blow that off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to lightly clean that and clean this. And you can put this leather strap on after you decorate if you want to. You can decorate this box. So now I'm going to see where this one went to. I'll put my finger right here, and that's where I put my glue to. Slide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Glue, glue, glue everywhere. Oh, I want to slide this a little bit this way. See, it's already a little bit stuck. I just didn't check to make sure it was centered the way I wanted it. Oh, don't unstick the back. And then this can go under here, bloop, bloop. But I'll put my rubber bands back on to help hold these for gluing. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so now back to this. So carefully we will turn this over, and I will grab my other four boards. And so one goes like this, doop, and one goes like this, doop. And you can use your nails to help you space it if you want. So I'll grab my 2 nails, and I'll show you the easiest way to do the spacing so that they don't fall. So what I'm gonna do this time is I'm gonna put the glue on here. It's a lot of glue for that. I'm gonna take some of it off. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eyeball that these are on the same, because these boards are the same length, that it's hitting at the same spot. Another thing you can do is hold it along here. And I want this one to be all the way back against this piece. So as far back as it can go. And now I'll put this one on, and I can just pop my nail in like this and press it over, boop, and then press this one on. It might slide a little bit, but you got it. Just get it back into place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And if there's a lot of sawdust on it, just blow it off a little bit. And so I'll do the same thing. So I just want to make sure that this looks lined up. Got to go that way. And then I'll put this one up here. And then I'll put my nail back in. Line them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the important thing that I'm doing is I'm holding the bottom of this piece too. I'm not just pushing down, because we recently glued this whole thing. So I'm just squeezing between these parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dun, da, da, dun, da, da, dun. And you have a mini picnic table. At this point, I would let it dry for around an hour, and then come back and sand, sand, sand if you want to sand some more. Also, wait an hour before you draw on it or paint it, just so it doesn't fall apart. And same thing for this, let it dry, and then you can decorate all these things that go with your mini picnic kit. And so you can play with it, you can feed animals with it, but just make sure to look up what's safe for different animals like squirrels to eat, like things that are good for them. I don't think they want to eat Doritos. Or you could set up your own mini picnic for yourself. You could make yourself a tiny sandwich or a couple pieces of popcorn. But I hope you have a lot of fun with your mini picnic kit. Thank you for watching, and remember to be kind and to be helpful.